The mind-blowing facts about Singapore, the most unique country in Asia. 16. Chewing gum ban in Singapore. In Singapore, the sale of chewing gum is completely banned, making it one of the few countries in the world to enforce such a unique regulation. This ban was introduced in 1992 with the goal of maintaining public cleanliness and order. Before that, the careless disposal of chewing gum caused many problems, from dirtying MRT stations to damaging the automatic doors. As a result, the government decided to prohibit the import and distribution of all types of chewing gum. However, the ban is not absolute. In 2004, Singapore allowed the import of medicinal chewing gum, such as those used for smoking cessation or jaw pain relief. These products are sold only at pharmacies and require a prescription from a dentist or doctor. Buyers must also present identification to have their purchase information recorded. If you bring chewing gum into Singapore without declaring it, you could face heavy fines or even imprisonment. Therefore, tourists visiting Singapore are strongly advised not to carry chewing gum in their luggage. This strict regulation reflects a core aspect of Singaporean culture: a deep emphasis on discipline, cleanliness, and social order. Thanks to these efforts, public spaces in Singapore are remarkably spotless and free of litter. It is also one of the reasons why Singapore is often called the cleanest city in the world. 15. A small island nation with numerous wonders. If there's any country that demonstrates that size does not define strength, it's Singapore, the sparkling gem of Southeast Asia. From a tiny fishing village, Singapore has transformed into one of the world's leading financial and technology hubs in less than a century, leaving the entire world in awe. Situated at the southern tip of the Malay Peninsula, Singapore spans only 728 square kilometers, slightly smaller than New York City's 789 square kilometers. So small that you can drive from one end to the other in under an hour. Initially, and in 1965, the country measured only 580 square kilometers. Singapore has undertaken land reclamation projects to expand its land area for urban development, ports, and infrastructure. Earlier, the country had to import sand from Malaysia, Indonesia, and Cambodia for these projects, but now it has developed advanced technology to eliminate that need. If you'd like to learn more about this new technology, please leave a comment with the number 2. Singapore enjoys a humid tropical climate, with average temperatures ranging from 25 to 31 degrees Celsius. It is one of the wettest countries in the world, experiencing over 170 rainy days each year. So when you visit, be sure to pack an umbrella in your bag, as sudden rain showers can occur at any moment. With a population of about 5 million. As of 2024, Singapore has a population of 9 million and is ranked as having the second highest population density in the world, coming right after Monaco. Here, you'll find a harmonious mix of Chinese, Malay, Indian, and even Eurasian communities, resulting in one of the most multicultural societies globally. Singapore recognizes 4 official languages: English, Mandarin, Malay, and Tamil. Among these, English is the common medium of communication, making interactions between different communities easier. However, the English spoken in Singapore has its own distinct flavor, with unique phrases like can or not and no nidla. If you pick up some Singlish, you'll find it's a wonderful way to connect with the locals. Despite its small geographical size, Singapore has developed a robust economy, a vibrant multicultural society, and boasts one of the best living environments in the world. This has made it a favored destination for international tourists, business expatriates, and retirees alike. Are you ready to discover the unique wonders of this remarkable nation with us? Number 14. The smart nation of Asia. Although Singapore is roughly the same size as New York City, it allocates 47% of its land to greenery, which includes parks, gardens, and green buildings. The Singaporean government mandates that every new structure must incorporate green space equal to or greater than the area of the site it occupies. Every street, Every building and every road is adorned with greenery, contributing to an impressively clean environment backed by world class green initiatives. Gardens by the Bay, Singapore's green landmark, boasts super trees that soar to heights of 50 meters, harnessing solar energy and collecting rainwater for irrigation purposes. The Capita Spring Green Building is among the most sustainable office buildings globally, featuring a 35-story garden right in the heart of the city. Park Royal on Pickering is a hotel that mimics a vertical forest with its rooftop gardens, which help reduce temperatures and naturally filter the air. Furthermore, Singapore's Jewel Changi Airport holds the title of the greenest airport in the world, showcasing the tallest indoor waterfall globally, surrounded by a tropical rainforest. Singapore has not only transformed into a green city, but has also evolved into a smart city. The nation has adopted advanced technology to capture rainwater for reuse, providing up to 40% of its potable water. The Zero Waste Initiative recycles 98% of construction waste, resulting in a Singapore so pristine that it does not have any natural landfill sites. In essence, Singapore is a meticulously designed city with a smart urban framework, leveraging technology to manage energy, clean water, and living environments. It stands not only as a modern city but also as a model for a smart, green, and sustainable urban ecosystem. Additionally, it ranks number 13 among countries with the most expensive cars in the world. Owning a car in Singapore transcends mere financial capability. It serves as a status symbol. If you possess a car here, it signifies true wealth, as a car in Singapore can cost 3 to 4 times more than in the US. For instance, a Lamborghini Huracan costs approximately $200,000 in the US. However, in Singapore, the price can soar to around 1 million. Curious about the reason behind this? Purchasing a car in Singapore involves more than just the vehicle's price. You must also contend with a multitude of taxes and fees that markedly increase the car's cost. For instance, the Certificate of Entitlement (COE), which is essentially a permit allowing you to own a car for 10 years, can set you back by as much as $100,000 and sometimes even exceed the cost of the car itself. Additionally, the import tax on cars in Singapore is a staggering 100%. Coupled with excise duties and registration fees, car prices zoom up. This is why Singapore is home to some of the most expensive cars worldwide. In Singapore, cars are not regarded as long-term investments. Many car owners, after the 10-year period, if they choose not to pay extra to extend their COE, are compelled to either sell their cars or send them for recycling. The Singapore government aims to manage the number of vehicles to prevent traffic congestion and pollution, as the country is too compact to accommodate millions of vehicles. Consequently, traffic in Singapore flows smoothly even during peak hours, and the public tends to prefer using the MRT, mass rapid transit, and buses rather than owning personal cars. Regarding point number 12, Singapore still is the land of beautiful women. Singaporean women not only embody modern elegant beauty but also possess sharp intellect and a confident demeanor. They represent a beautiful blend of Eastern charm and global style, with smooth skin, minimal makeup, and delicate features, complemented by bright eyes, a slender nose, and friendly smiles. You will often see Singaporean girls in flowy dresses, tailored trousers, and fitted shirts, accessorized with stylish items from brands like Zara and Uniqlo. Whether in the streets or at the workplace, Singaporean women consistently appear polished, elegant, and brimming with confidence. They are independent, strong, well-educated, and adept at balancing work, family, and personal life. These women are multilingual, speaking English, Mandarin, Malay, and Tamil, and excel across various fields, including business, technology, science, and politics. Fearless in the face of challenges, they courageously pursue their dreams and are ready to compete on the global stage. This is reflected in Singapore having the highest percentage of female leaders in Southeast Asia. with numerous female CEOs, politicians, and top educators. They possess a modern outlook while still cherishing their traditional roots. Singaporean women prioritize their families and health while also holding themselves in high regard. This is why they enjoy the highest average life expectancy in the world, reaching up to 85 years owing to their healthy lifestyles and advanced healthcare. Hence, Singaporean women serve as an exemplary model for many men worldwide. You might think that the standards for partners among women here are quite high, but that would be a misconception. Singaporean women are very loyal and seek a romantic, equal partner in marriage, much like men from America and Europe. As long as you are genuine and self assured, you'll find it quite easy to win their hearts. If you'd like me to share online dating app platforms and tips on successfully winning over a Singaporean girl, please leave a comment with the number 8 and I'll be happy to provide you with the information. Number 11. The coffee culture and love for bubble tea in Singapore. Step into any cafe here and you'll notice everyone clutching a cup of kopi. Singaporeans adore kopi even more than Western coffee. And it's not just your usual espresso. Kopi is brewed in a traditional manner, with coffee beans roasted with margarine and sugar, then brewed with condensed milk or evaporated milk, resulting in a rich, creamy flavor that's absolutely delightful. If you're entering a hawker center cafe for the first time, you might feel puzzled by the menu filled with unfamiliar terms like kopio, black coffee, kopi C, coffee with evaporated milk, or kopi siudai, less sugar. It's as though Singaporeans have crafted a unique language just for ordering coffee. But if kopi represents the morning culture, then bubble tea is the go-to drink among Singapore's youth throughout the day. Daily hundreds of thousands of bubble tea cups are consumed in Singapore, with brands like Gongcha, Koi The, and Lai Cho always having long queues of customers waiting to purchase their favorite drinks. You'll find office workers sipping bubble tea at their desks, students opting for bubble tea in place of meals, and even couples going out on dates just to explore new flavors together. Singaporeans have such an obsession with bubble tea that there's even an app dedicated to placing quick orders. Many companies even permit employees to order bubble tea together during lunch breaks as a small indulgence. If you visit Singapore, be sure to try an authentic cup of kopi and a classic Singaporean bubble tea, as they are not merely drinks but rather a taste of life in the Lion City. Number 10, which is often regarded as the cleanest country in the world. Strolling along Orchard Road, you'll observe workers diligently cleaning even when it seems unnecessary, while others spray disinfectant to wash the streets every day. Automated vacuum trucks quietly patrol the curbs around the clock, while water jets discreetly cool and clean the roads daily. In Singapore, even the drainage systems are so pristine that you can see fish swimming beneath the surface. Interestingly, while you won't find trash bins everywhere, you also won't see a scrap of litter on the streets. This is because littering can lead to hefty fines or even community service. The minimum fine for littering starts at $225 for the first offense for items like chewing gum and bits of paper, and it can escalate to nearly $8,000 for repeated offenses, along with community service. The community service punishment in Singapore is rather distinctive. Offenders are required to wear brightly colored shirts, bearing the message, "I am a litter bug," while cleaning public spaces in front of observers. In Singapore, maintaining cleanliness is viewed as a collective responsibility. From school children to office professionals to senior citizens, everyone feels a sense of duty to protect their environment. The government of Singapore even hosts a National Cleanup Day, where citizens gather to tidy up their neighborhoods, fostering a sense of pride in their city. If you are aware of any other country that has a nationwide cleanup day, please let us know in the comments below. Thank you for sharing. Coming to number 9, a country with legal entertainment zones. While Singapore is renowned for having some of the strictest laws globally, that doesn't mean that the nightlife here is dull. In fact, this island nation boasts legal, high-end entertainment zones that are meticulously regulated to ensure safety and social order. Specific areas in Singapore operate under a unique licensing model, supervised by the government to ensure adherence to regulations. These venues are well organized, secure, and strictly follow legal guidelines. However, due to stringent control regulations, these areas are prohibited from widespread advertising in the media or online, which helps maintain privacy and order within society. Interestingly, if you happen to visit Singapore, you might not even notice these areas exist, as they are so tightly managed and lack any advertising signs outside. This is one of the unique features of how Singapore maintains a balance. Modernity, economic growth, and strict social norms. Life in Singapore. Upon your arrival in Singapore, you'll instantly sense a structured, scientific pace of life that is still vibrant. Singaporeans are so punctual that it seems almost exacting. No one dawdles for hours in coffee shops every morning because time is of the essence. Their day begins with kaya toast, soft boiled eggs, and a cup of kopi, prepared in the Singaporean style. Then they swiftly plunge into their work routines. The MRT is the primary mode of transport, and you'll never witness anyone pushing or shoving. There's an unwritten rule to stand aside on escalators for those in a hurry. If you contravene this rule, the crowd will give you a silent stare, as if you've landed from another world. When Singaporeans are at work, they concentrate deeply and avoid unnecessary chatter. However, once the workday concludes, they instantly switch off from work. There isn't a culture of working late to display commitment, because personal life holds equal significance. They distinctly separate work from leisure, which aids in maintaining high productivity while still allowing for enjoyment of life. After work, those who appreciate peace will find a lovely cafe to read a book. Those who thrive in lively settings will head to Clark Quay to soak in the atmosphere of riverside bars. Health-conscious individuals will organize to meet friends for a jog around Marina Bay or hit the gym. Gyms in Singapore are open 24/7 to accommodate their active lifestyles. Interestingly, even though Singapore has the highest per capita income in the world, approximately $84,500 in 2023, Singaporeans tend to be very practical and economical. They might splurge a few $100s on the latest smartphone, yet they will still queue up for discounted movie tickets or make use of coupons at the supermarket. If you wish to reside in a place that is punctual, neat, efficient, yet still allows for enjoyment, then Singapore is the ideal destination. Number 7. World-class tourist attractions. Singapore may be small in size, but it offers world-class tourist attractions. First and foremost is Marina Bay Sands, the most luxurious hotel designed to resemble a massive ship resting atop 3 towers. However, what draws tourists here is the Sky Park, which features the world's highest infinity pool. It allows you to swim amidst the clouds while taking in panoramic views of the city. Just a few minutes from the city center by cable car or underground, Sentosa Island is a haven for entertainment, beaches, and amusement parks. It is home to Universal Studios Singapore, which attracts millions of visitors with its exhilarating rides based on blockbuster films like Transformers and Jurassic Park. Additionally, you can enjoy the azure sea and sandy shores at Siloso Beach or try out the Skyline Lodge. Finally, you can't leave Singapore without clicking a photo with the Merlion, the iconic statue with a lion's head and a fish's body that represents our island nation. It's the ideal spot to witness a stunning sunset with the modern city skyline reflecting beautifully on the water. Interestingly, there are 7 Merlion statues scattered across Singapore, but the one at Merlion Park is the most well-known. If you're curious about the locations of the other statues, do leave a comment with the number 4 exclamation marks. Let's talk about some lesser known but intriguing facts about Singaporeans. Our country is famous not just for its modernity and discipline, but also for its unique cultural traits that can surprise visitors. Singaporeans have a great fondness for animals. We even have spas, private swimming pools, and special menus designed for dogs and cats. Some cafes allow customers to order food specifically for their pets. What's even more unique? Singapore has taxi services that cater specifically to pets, helping owners take their dogs and cats for walks, vet appointments, or even spa days. If you're taking a taxi for the first time in Singapore, You might be surprised to notice a small TV screen right in front of you, displaying news, traffic updates, and advertisements. This feature isn't limited to luxury cars. Nearly all taxis in Singapore are equipped with it. However, due to the high taxi fares, most residents prefer using the MRT, the subway, or ride hailing apps like Grab to save on expenses. But if you get the opportunity to take a taxi at night, you'll get to experience the beautifully lit cityscape of Singapore and listen to fascinating tales from friendly drivers. One important point to consider is that if you're thinking of gifting a watch to a Singaporean, you might want to reconsider. In Chinese culture, which forms a significant part of Singapore's demographic, a watch is seen as a symbol of time running out, and this is considered inauspicious, particularly for the elderly. Instead, it is better to choose a box of chocolates, a lovely souvenir, or a red envelope, which are likely to be received more positively. If you have any other intriguing facts about Singaporeans, please feel free to share them in the comments. Now, number 5, the most powerful passport in the world. The Singapore passport is regarded as the strongest passport globally, allowing its holders to travel to over 190 countries and territories without requiring a visa, surpassing even the US and the UK. This means a Singaporean can simply pack their bags and travel across Europe, the US, and Japan without the hassle of complicated visa processes. And they can even enter the US without a visa interview, which is a privilege enjoyed by very few countries. Ironically, while the Singapore passport can open many doors worldwide, the pathway to becoming a Singaporean citizen is quite exclusive, as the country is very selective when it comes to granting citizenship. Even if you have been residing here for several years, have a secure job, or even marry a Singaporean, there is no assurance that you will be granted citizenship. Each year, more than 30,000 individuals apply for Singaporean citizenship, but only about 20% are accepted. Why does this happen? The Singapore government aims to manage its population tightly, selecting only those who can add substantial value to the country. As a small yet powerful nation, Singapore is not easy to enter, nor is it easy to remain. However, if you become a part of this country, it is indeed something to be proud of. Number 4, night markets that aren't quite like night markets. If you're accustomed to the all-night markets in Bangkok or Taiwan, Singapore may surprise you. While there are night markets, they do not stay open very late. Most shopping areas, such as VivoCity, Marina Bay Sands, and Bugis Street, typically close around 9:30 to 10:12 p.m. This policy is implemented to ensure quality sleep and a peaceful living environment, as Singapore has a high population density and the government seeks to limit nighttime noise. Unlike in the US, where 24/7 supermarkets are common, very few supermarkets in Singapore operate all night. Major chains like NTUC, FairPrice, Cold Storage, and Giant generally close by 10 or 1100 pm, with only a handful of branches open 24/7. This means that if you have a craving for snacks at 2 a.m., your only option may be convenience stores like 7-Eleven, which are widespread, allowing residents to purchase essentials no matter the hour. In Singapore, you will find vending machines that offer everything from snacks and coffee to freshly packed chili crab. This is something to remember when you visit Singapore, which is number 3 among the world's richest culinary cultures. The hawker culture in Singapore was recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity in 2020 alongside a host of Michelin-starred restaurants, highlighting the exceptional quality of affordable street food. First up, you must try Hainanese chicken rice, regarded as Singapore's national dish. The chicken is boiled to perfection and served with rice cooked in chicken broth, along with a spicy dipping sauce made from chili, ginger, and garlic. A delightful combination that everyone talks about. Next is the famous chili crab, often hailed as one of the best dishes globally. Fresh crab is stir-fried in a sweet and spicy chili sauce and is best enjoyed with fried buns or hot rice. Just one bite will reveal why Singaporeans are willing to stand in long queues for this delicacy. Another must-try dish is laksa, a delightful mix of rice noodles, rich coconut milk, prawns, fish cake, and fragrant laksa leaves. While there are various types of laksa, Singapore's Katang laksa is unique because the noodles are cut short, allowing you to enjoy it with a spoon rather than chopsticks, a special feature only found on this island. Lastly, don't miss out on char kway teow. Although this street food may not look very appealing, its rich flavor is simply unparalleled. The chewy rice noodles are stir fried on high heat with eggs, sweet black sauce, shrimp, and Chinese sausage, resulting in a lightly caramelized exterior that's quite fragrant. There are numerous other delicious dishes to enjoy in Singapore. If you happen to visit, dining at a hawker center is an experience you simply cannot miss. Would you like to know more about any specific dish or the hawker culture? Just leave a comment saying yes, and I will provide you with the details. 2. Spectacular festivals in Singapore. Singapore is a melting pot of cultures from various countries, leading to a diverse range of festivals. However, there are two festivals that you must not miss: the Lunar New Year and the Chingay Parade. The Lunar New Year is the most significant occasion for the Chinese community, which constitutes over 70% of Singapore's population. It falls on the first day of the lunar calendar, also known as the Chinese calendar. In the weeks leading up to the New Year, the city comes alive with red decorations, lanterns strung up everywhere, and festive music playing in shopping centers. People clean their homes, shop for food and gifts, and prepare red envelopes called hongbao to bestow blessings upon one another. You'll witness a grand festival of lights, featuring giant lantern displays and spectacular fireworks at River Hongbao in Marina Bay. Additionally, you can shop for traditional sweets, red couplets, and New Year decorations at the Chinatown New Year Market. If Lunar New Year is a time for family reunions, then the Chingay Parade is a lively and colorful festival that occurs after. Typically in the second week of the Lunar New Year, this parade is Singapore's largest street celebration, drawing thousands of dancers, artists, and performers from across the globe. Today, Chingai has become one of the grandest festivals in Southeast Asia, showcasing extravagant floats, lion dances, circus performances, and world-class light shows. If you get a chance to visit Singapore during this period, be ready to dive into one of the most vibrant celebrations of the year. Singapore is often regarded as one of the countries with the highest cost of living in the world, which makes many think carefully before choosing to settle here. The rental prices in Singapore are among the highest globally. According to data from Numbeo, a one-bedroom apartment in the city centre averages around $2,500 per month. If you opt to stay in the suburbs, the rent might drop, but it still ranges between $1,16,000 and $1,49,000 per month. Utility services such as electricity, water, gas, and internet typically cost around $12,300 to $16,600 per month for a small apartment. Monthly transportation expenses using the subway, MRT, and buses generally range from $6,600 to $8,300. However, if you use taxis or ride-hailing services, the costs will be significantly higher. If you often eat at hawker centers or budget restaurants, you can expect to spend roughly $4,000 to $32,000 per month on food if you also buy groceries to prepare meals at home. For a single person, the cost would be around $16,000 to $20,000 per month. Additionally, healthcare and dental services in Singapore are of excellent quality. A routine dental checkup can cost between $6,500 and $12,000. It is important to purchase private health insurance to lessen the financial strain in case of medical treatment. Other expenses such as shopping, entertainment, sports, and social activities can add another $16,000 to $24,000 per month, depending on individual lifestyle and preferences. In total, a person living in Singapore may need around $240,000 to $320,000 per month to cover basic living costs. This amount can vary based on personal choices and spending habits. Careful financial planning and thorough research before moving to Singapore are vital for ensuring a comfortable life in this expensive country. With these costs, would you consider settling here? If yes, choose 1. If no, choose 0. Please share your response in the comments. We have just explored 15 unique and fascinating facts about Singapore together. I hope this provided you with a new perspective on the country. Don't forget to follow our channel, like, and share the video to support us. See you in the next episode.